Morning guys, welcome to my channel BitGlen. My name's Glenn and I like to share with you what I learn in the world of cryptocurrency as I go through it. So it's 5:30 in the morning here in the UK, hence why my voice is a bit lowered. I hope you can hear me okay. But I'm going to be taking part in the Crypto.com Syndicate event, which actually is taking place in the next 40 minutes as of recording this. But I wanted to film it and share it with you guys to see what the outcome is and was it worth it. But it's first come, first served, so I thought I'd best get up nice and early so that I don't miss out on this opportunity. Should you take part in the syndicate events, and what are the syndicates and how much does it cost? Well, I'm going to go into all of that in this video. Also, there's a couple of big news stories that have actually happened in Crypto.com that I want to share with you guys, especially if you're watching this and you're from the UK and you have one of the MCO cards. So let's get right into the video. So before we get into the main topic, as always, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that's been smashing that like button for me. The amount of likes that I've been getting have, I would say, tripled in the last couple of weeks for every video. So I really do appreciate that. That either says to me that you guys are doing it because I'm asking you to, or you're doing it because you like the content. I've been asking for a couple of weeks for you to smash that like button, but probably in the last week, I would say, every video that I'm uploading has tripled the amount of likes. So I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone out there. It shows that you like the content, which obviously gives me a boost, makes me want to create more. Thank you to all the new subscribers as well. The channel, I swear the other day it felt like I was doing a video saying thank you for hitting the 2,000 mark, and now I would imagine in the next, I don't know, week or so, we're going to be at 2,300. So it's growing really quick, and I assume that's down to the fact that the YouTube algorithm has picked up on all the people smashing the like button, and that it's picked up that you like this content, so it's recommending it to more people that are searching for the type of topics that I talk about. So big thank you for you. If you are new to this channel and you've just found this video for the first time, click the subscribe button. Also tick that little bell notification. It will notify you when I upload a video. But also I try to fit in live videos, and I'm not one of these YouTubers that have set days and times that I go live or do videos. I just do videos as and when either I can fit them into my life, like this one at 5:30 in the morning, or when something big is happening in the world of crypto that obviously I'm excited for. So I don't tend to have a set time. So if you just want to get a little ting or a buzz or whatever, a little notification to say Glenn is going live now, hit the little bell, and then that way you'll know, oh, I can join in and watch the video with him. So if you want to contact me on a more one-to-one level, you can find me on Twitter at BitGlen. A few of you have started sending me private messages through that now, so it seems like a popular way for people in crypto space to chat to each other. Also, if you want to be a part of Team BitGlen, which is a group of guys like myself that are into crypto and into the same sort of topics that I talk about, join the Team BitGlen Telegram chat. It's in the description down below, the link, or you can just download Telegram and just search Team BitGlen. That's enough of me shilling my social medias. Today, I'm taking part in the Crypto.com Syndicate event. And you can see here that we've got 33 minutes. Now, a little background story. It said on here that it was going live at 6 AM UTC. For some reason, I just thought that meant 6 AM UK time. But it's not. It turns out it's 7 o'clock UK time. So I've actually woke up an hour and a bit earlier than I actually had to, so that's a bit of a bummer. So I'm going to be really tired later, so that's got to be worth a thumbs up. If I don't know what is. But anyway, we're here nice and early. Obviously I've started to record this video before the event started to happen. So what is going on? We have got 4-year anniversary of Crypto.com on the 30th of June 2020, featuring Bitcoin at 50% off with a $2 million allocation. No CRO staking is required, and all Crypto.com exchange users are welcome to participate. So this is a really cool feature. They usually do these syndicate events and they have like $250,000, $500,000. A lot of them seem to be $500,000. A couple of them have actually been up to $1 million, but this one is $2 million worth of Bitcoin. And obviously Bitcoin's the main coin that everyone wants to accumulate. Now they did do one of these not that long ago. They did a Bitcoin syndicate event probably about, I'm going to say 4 weeks ago. This one here, the Bitcoin halvening. So when the Bitcoin halvening took place, and that one was well oversubscribed. It was like 58 times oversubscribed. I think the Cardano one, that was very popular as well, because Cardano seems to be like a buzzword at the moment. I'm still on the fence about Cardano. I don't know what I think of it yet. And then we had this engine one. That engine one was it was still well oversubscribed. I think that was 57 times oversubscribed. So what I mean by that is they allocate so much money. So say they allocate $500,000 worth of engine coin to be discounted at 50% off. They might have 2.5 million put their CRO tokens towards it, so it's oversubscribed. So this was 57 times oversubscribed. This one that's taking part though, and this is the reason why I got up so early, is first come first serve. So once they've hit that $2 million allocation, doors closed. So it'd be interesting to see if obviously we can get on there in time and upload. I would imagine that we are going to be alright, because I think when they say oversubscribed, I remember someone put in, we've had over 7,500 people try and take part in this syndicate event, but I think this one's open up to the first 25,000 people. So I think there's more than enough for everyone that normally takes part in this to take part. But obviously everyone will be putting in different amounts. So if you have no CRO staked, let's just say you've only bought CRO token for this event and that is it. You don't need to stake any. So you don't need to commit any amount of time to CRO. You can literally buy the coin, get some Bitcoin, sell that CRO back off, which is good news if you don't want to stake any on the platform. But the most that you can do and most you can take advantage of is $200 worth of Bitcoin, which equates to about 2,000 CRO as of them printing this statement. Obviously, I've got 10,000 CRO staked, so that means I'm allowed to take part in the $1,000 bracket, which would equate to about 8,000 CRO. So I'm in a good position here because I've got 20,000 or just over of CRO. 10,000 of it staked and 10,000 of it just readily available. So I'm going to try and obviously use the full allocation here that I'm allowed to. The next stage up is 50,000 staked, which I think is too much of a jump up because it's 5 times that amount there. But you're only getting, instead of 5 times the amount here, you're only getting double. So it actually works out better if you could create 2 accounts and just stake 2 lots of 10,000. I don't know. Is that something you guys have done? I'd love to know if you've taken advantage of that. Comment in the comment section down below. So it says here that for the upcoming sale, the total token supply is 200 Bitcoin. At the start of the subscription period, the Bitcoin CRO spot price is 1 Bitcoin to 100,000 CRO. After applying the 50% discount, the subscription price is fixed at 1 Bitcoin equals 50,000 CRO. And then this is the maths down here. If the sale is 100% subscribed, the total amount of CRO applied to all sale participants will be 200 times 50,000 equals 10 million CRO. And then it gives you an example here of what happens if it was oversubscribed or just the right amount subscribed or undersubscribed, what would happen in all 3 scenarios. So if you don't quite fully understand how this works, I would suggest you go onto this page here. I'll put the link to this in the description of this video below, and then you can actually have a read through this and see how it all works out in terms of maths. But essentially, some CRO staked normally in different tiers, and then on the day, so that staked one is staked, you can't do anything with that. You also have to have an amount of CRO available in your account to give to Crypto.com, and then in exchange they will give you that equivalent at that point in time of 50% off Bitcoin. So as they're saying, if 1 Bitcoin was 100,000 CRO tokens, they would only require 50,000 from you to get 1 whole Bitcoin. So you're getting it at 50% off. So you're buying it in CRO token, not in US dollar. So this is really good if, like me, you're already a Crypto.com CRO holder. You can see here we've got 26 minutes. So in this 26 minutes, I want to try and talk about something that's come about in the last few days. Now, I done a live video about this yesterday and I was talking about it for a good well over an hour, but some of you obviously can't take part in a midday hour-long live session with me, so I noticed that video didn't get as many views. So what I'm going to try and do is recap everything that's happened this weekend and what the news that's come out today, hopefully all within 25 minutes. For you it'll seem like a couple minutes, but I've got to do it and edit out all the bits where I'm talking gumph, which is normally a lot. And then hopefully we can then take part in the subscription. So obviously, as you guys know, Wirecard payment solution for Crypto.com in the UK and Europe. So they provide the Crypto.com card. They provide this shiny card here, the metal cards. They're the ones who receive your data, send you the card. When you go to the chip and pin and you're typing in your PIN number, they're the one that verify it and send the transaction across and all of that around the world. It's not actually Crypto.com, so bear that in mind. And that's the same with all payment cards. They're all administered by a company or such, or a division of a bank or something like that. So there's a team, a company behind it. Wirecard was an up and coming fintech company, especially within Germany. They was on their stock market, performing pretty well, and the CEO and a mixture of head officials were all taking part in a sort of skimming or scraping operations where they were taking money out of the balance sheets, sending it to all different places around the world, different banks in the Philippines and stuff, and then they were actually pocketing that money themselves. So hopefully all of those arseholes will go to prison, and hopefully some money will get returned back to the company, I suppose. Anyway, so then I thought, right, that's it, that's Crypto.com done. When I first heard this news, I was like, Crypto.com's going to tank, the price of CRO's going to tank, the price of MCO's going to tank. Didn't happen. It sort of went down slightly. MCO took more of a hit than CRO because CRO is based on the exchange's performance. But you could actually still use the card. You could still go and pay for stuff. You could still withdraw it cash from the cash machine. So everything was, I suppose, in my world, good. It was just this bad news story that came out from Wirecard themselves. Then, literally an hour after I uploaded that video, the FCA in the UK went to the Wirecard company in Newcastle and said, right, shut down. We want no more transactions going through. We want it all stopped as of right now. That's it. And then they shut down the whole UK operation. So at that point in time, when I also done a live video while I was off out somewhere, this card become absolutely useless. Couldn't do anything with it. Couldn't make any transactions. Couldn't withdraw any cash. You couldn't access the funds that you had on it. Completely useless. Obviously, if you had money on your card, then you had no access to that. So I assume that for some people that have sort of balances, I know a couple of you have messaged me saying, oh, I had a couple of £1,000 worth on that card when it happened. I bet for some of you out there, that was sort of squeaky bum time, as we like to refer in the UK. I don't know if you get that reference in other countries, but you know, that people were like, oh shit, Glenn, what's happening with my money? What's happening with the card? Is it going to be reactivated? And obviously this was a moving story. It was changing every hour or so. I tried to stay clear of advising anyone. Then the next day, it turns out that the German authorities have arrested the CEO anyway, but then actually the regulatory body in Germany came in and actually overtook Wirecard. They actually came in and said, right, we're taking over this operation. We want to know everything that's going on. So at that point, the stock price, and I'm going to show you on my Trading 212 account. This is an app that I use in the UK. I think it might be available in Europe as well, but this is a trading account that I've been using. I find this super liquid. Like, I can deposit money to it within seconds, and then within that I can buy any stock in UK, most of Europe, and any from the S&P 500. So there's a lot of options available with this. So this is a free app that you can download, and in the UK also it gives you the option to create a ISA account. So you can actually create an ISA account directly from this. You can see there I got a notification. So it says Wirecard explodes, Wirecard stock skyrockets 100% days after filing for a insolvency. So I'll get into that in a second, but yeah, you can download like an ISA account and stuff like that, but I use it predominantly just for the buying and selling of stock. So I went on yesterday and I saw that the stock price, I'm going to show you this, see this red graph here, you can see that before this all happened, before this news come out, it was tipping onto the €100 mark, and then when the news came out that the CEO had committed fraud, the company had lost €2 billion worth of profit due to this Ponzi scheme, the price absolutely tanked all the way down to where we're at now. It actually went down to €1.06. I've bought in at €3, pretty much dead on, just above, I think, 3.1. Once I read that the German authorities had overtaken the company and they're going to foresee it, then someone in the Telegram group chat, which you can be a part of, the link is in the description down below, they actually said, oh Glenn, this is, some of the cards are going active again. And I thought, if the company starts to proceed as normal and all the cards start going along, if you actually look at their revenue, they actually turn over sort of a decent chunk of revenue. So $2 billion a year. They offer a 15% dividend stock. Obviously, there's going to be this issue with missing euros, and that is huge. That is going to make or break the company. I thought if the German regulatory bodies are overtaking this, I wonder if the FCA will lift card restrictions, because apparently some of our big companies, like if you get a card with Asda or Sainsbury's and stuff like that, one of the guys was telling me, Stephen's been really hot on this in the Telegram group chat. So if you want to be a part of it, send him any messages about Wirecard. Essentially, he's been really strong on this. So he sort of said that, you know, there's quite a few companies in the UK that actually use Wirecards as their payment solution. So I thought, either that means a lot of companies are going to struggle, not just Crypto.com, but like Asda and Sainsbury's or whoever provide these credit cards. So the FCA have now, as of this morning, have restricted all restrictions on the cards. So now our Crypto.com cards are back up and running. So you guys all received your refunds within 24 hours by Crypto.com. And at that point, they didn't know that that was going to happen. So big kudos to Crypto.com for how quick and responsive. If they'd just left it, if they just waited like a couple of days, if they'd known that this was going to happen, they could have said, hey guys, just give it a couple of days, FCA are going to release their ban, German authorities are going to overtake the company, everything's going to be sweet. But they didn't. They just completely refunded everyone all their money back. So that's all sweet. They've give everyone that back, which is awesome news. So this Crypto.com card is now up and running. You can go and spend this, you can go and use it, you can withdraw cash. As well as that, you can now, as of yesterday, do direct bank transfers to it. So at the moment, the only way us in the UK are able to top these up is with the card top-up service using a credit or debit card. But that charges you 3.5% usually. But they took that fee away for the last 3 months. And I thought, once they lift that 3.5% discount, and they start charging us, that's going to be a pain in the ass. But now they've actually come to an agreement with a bank in the UK, and they're able to do direct bank transfers. So you can type in an account number, sort code, and send them £1,000. It will top up your card instantly. Apparently it does quote you up to 3 working days for funds to clear, but a couple of the guys in the Telegram group chat have done it and they've said it's gone through in like seconds. So that's awesome. So that's a big news story. I'll probably would have just done a video about that, and this is why I'm trying to fit in so much in this video. So that's awesome enough news as it is. Then they came out and said, right, we're going to extend the 3 months worth of promotions that we're doing. So the 10% off all sort of shopping and food deliveries, you're getting 10% cash back on loads of different outlets now for another 3 months. So I assume that's going to be sort of June, July, August. So that's, again, I would have done a video just on that. That's awesome news. And then in terms of Wirecard, this morning, obviously it's 5:30 in the morning, so the German stock market is not open yet, but I'm assuming with the FCA regulation lifted and the UK being quite a large player in the euro space, if you like, I'm expecting this to rise. If we go over to the last day, you can see that it's had 150% gain. That's because obviously it went from $1 to $3 or whatever. So I'm hoping, I've put in £1,000 of my own money of this. I don't recommend that you try this. This has essentially become a junk stock, but it's a very unique situation, a bit like, I suppose, the coronavirus. When the coronavirus hit, all the stocks and shares dropped massively. Like, some of them went down 60%, and I thought, right, that's the time to buy in. Now obviously I'm dumb money, I'm not a proper investor, but with the apps like these, the Trading 212, Robinhood, all of these sort of apps, it's making just normal people like us traders, if you like, or being able to trade on the stock market, which means there's a lot of dumb money going into projects. So we saw Hertz, car rental company in America, they filed for bankruptcy in America, and their share price went straight down, like 95% drop or something like that. And then it pumped the next, like over the next coming days, and it actually went above its previous all-time high for a company that's going bust, just because everyone was jumping in and putting money in. And I thought, I can see that happening again with Wirecard, so why don't I take advantage of it? I may be completely wrong on that, and I may absolutely lose £1,000 of my own money, but this is a company that is now operating, that's being overseen by the FCA and is being overseen by the German regulatory bodies. It's not going to go to all-time highs again, I don't think. I think that was more of an American thing, and anything that happens in America is sort of over-exaggerated because everyone around the world is watching them, whereas everyone in the world is not watching what is happening to a company on the German stock exchange. So I don't think that will happen here, but even if this went to, I don't know, €8 or €10, something like that, you're talking about a 4x, 3x from where I've bought it at. And obviously if it continues to rise, then between here and it's where it was before is a 35x. So even if I could put in £1,000 and it goes 2x, 3x, I'd be well happy with that. I'd probably buy a new MacBook Pro. My one could do with upgrading. So that's it for, I'm going to take that Wirecard. What I'll do is I'll put the link to that Trading 212. If you're in the UK, you can download that app and you get, if you follow my link, I think you get a free stock. It's only available for the first 50 people that I recommend. And I think I've recommended probably about 20 people, like through friends and family. I haven't really shared this app with you guys because it's obviously not to do with cryptocurrency. I told all my friends and family on Facebook when the stock market crashed, I said, look, if there's any time to invest, it's now. And then when everything sort of went up, I sold all my stocks and shares, and I did a video about it with you guys, actually showing you like what I've invested in terms of cryptocurrency as well as stocks and shares, and also obviously a sort of a residential property that I'm looking to convert. So yes, I actually cashed out all of my stocks and shares and I put it all into Bitcoin once everything sort of went rise. So I did pretty well out of that. But this Wirecard is very, very interesting to me. I'd be interested to see where it goes, obviously, in the next couple of weeks. But we'll see. Obviously, about 9 a.m, German Stock Exchange will open up and we'll see what happens with that Wirecard stock. I'm hoping it works its way up to $5-10, something like that. Not today, it won't, but probably over the next couple of weeks. So we'll see what happens with that. So if anything, if Wirecard rally up because the FCA have lifted the restrictions, and that's news that's only just come out this morning. We can see that this article from the BBC, that was 6 hours ago. So 6 hours ago, the FCA watchdog lifted the German payments company, allowing it to resume all payment activities. The FCA imposed restrictions on the company's UK arm after its collapse last week. Thousands of people could not access their money or make payments through apps as a result. Our primary objective all along was to protect the interests of the money of the consumers, the FCA said. Customers should now, or very shortly, be able to use their cards as usual. We have been working very closely with Wirecard UK and other authorities over the last few days to ensure that the firm was able to meet certain conditions required to lift the restrictions we impose on it. We are now in a position to allow Wirecard to resume operational activity. Several British technology companies were forced to suspend services due to the FCA regulations, leaving thousands of accounts blocked. Online firm Pickett's payment cards, for example, were locked out because they used a payment process service owned by Wirecard. Dawn Gillespie, I can't pronounce her name, is one of the thousands who were barred from using her cash card because of the failure of the huge German payments firm Wirecard. It's really bad. I'm left with nothing, she says. Once the gas goes off, I have nothing for cooking or hot water. Mrs. Gulfoli's card was online firm Pickett was frozen because of the FCA wanted to make sure the money was safe. The FCA have said any customers who are still experiencing difficulties in using their card should contact their card provider directly. The action came after the German parent wire firm Wirecard last week disclosed a 1.9 billion hole in its account. And I've actually been watching quite a few YouTube videos about Wirecard, like people that talk about stocks and shares, nothing to do with crypto. They're just looking at this as obviously a company, and they're like, oh, don't touch Wirecard with a barge pole, and they're right, they are right, but they're not actually disclosing the full story. They're like, they've released weaker than expected profits for this year, or their accounts have shown a $1.9 billion deficit. They haven't actually gone into like, oh, actually the CEO was arrested, and it was actually all part of a clever Ponzi scheme that's been going on. So it makes me feel a little bit, should I trust any of these stocks and shares news outlets? So let's read the rest of this to see how much they actually delve down the rabbit hole of what's gone on. The action came after the German parent company firm Wirecard last week disclosed a 1.9 billion euro hole in its accounts and subsequently filed for insolvency. Former boss Markus Braun has been arrested and accused of inflating Wirecard's finances to make them appear healthier to investor and customers. On Monday, the FCA said there continued to be a certain requirements in place of which have been imposed on Wirecard's authorization. These requirements include restrictions over where it can hold customers' money and restrictions over its ability to transfer its own assets. The FCA continues to work with the firm to progress in these matters, it added. Wirecard did not immediately respond to BBC's request for a comment. So they're making it sound like that what the CEO was doing was like, was not that bad. But the news that I've read and the articles that I've read, I think he deserves everything that he's going to get. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, that's the news really, and I've wrapped that all up within 20 minutes before the syndicate event. So let's just recap that while we're waiting for the syndicate event to count down. So let's just recap all those news stories. Let's go over to Chris at Crypto.com. He seems to be the head honcho over there. All cards in Europe are back online. Our team will continue to work on building resilient infrastructure to avoid any service disruptions in the future, which is good news. Fast payment service is now fast and free GBP bank transfers just in time for tomorrow's anniversary event, $2 million worth of Bitcoin at 50% off. Yeah, if you type in the account number and sort code into your app, you can just send the company bank transfer as opposed to topping up using your credit or debit card. But for the next 3 months, I'll probably just continue to use the debit card because I can literally be in a shop and I can click the top up button. It just takes it from my card. It takes a couple seconds to think about it, and then it says your top up is now complete, and then I can use the card there and then at the till. So I can sort of pick and choose when I top up. Whereas the bank transfer one, you sort of have to preempt, unless you're going to be in the shop and you do a bank transfer from your banking app to their bank and you hope that it clears straight away, whereas the card one's pretty reliable. So while they've got that 3.5% fee removed, I'll probably continue to use that. But this is the big news here. We're extending the free for another 3 months. No card fees when buying crypto, 20% back on major brand gift cards. That is awesome. 10% on grocery shopping with our cards. The team is working around the clock to ensure EU card operations for everyone to take full advantage of this offer. So in the last week or so, in my mind, Crypto.com has gone from being like it's a cool product, but there's still some things they could upgrade, to obviously the card not working, to my opinion going right down, and then obviously finding out that it was Wirecard and not Crypto.com. So sort of coming back up a bit, and then obviously they refunded me that money, which obviously made me feel really good. And then obviously now they've added on top of that all these like bam, 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 like free features after another. The free for free, the fast payment service, the bank transfer, obviously the card being reactivated, and now I'm about to take part in the syndicate event. So I hope that's brought everyone up to date exactly where I am. And bearing in mind that this has all happened since Thursday or Friday. So today is Tuesday. So you've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then obviously 5:30 in the morning today. So crazy turnaround, crazy story. I'm glad that obviously I've documented it all along the way, because I can always go back and watch this and go, oh yeah, do you remember when they went down that weekend and everyone thought they lost their money and Wirecard went down like 95%? And so yeah, I'm glad I documented all that. I hope if you've enjoyed that journey, like I say, my content, obviously I don't think any of you enjoyed the fact that your cards went down, but if you enjoyed that, please smash that like button, and if you're new to this channel, please click the subscribe button. I will be promoting the card again because it's up and running, it works. The Wirecard company has been regulatory overseen by the German authorities and also the UK. Right, here we go. So the subscription's live. It says time remaining. Right, let's subscribe now. So we are subscribing. Because I've got 10,000 CRO staked, I'm allowed to put in 8,000. So I'm going to put in the full amount. Review subscription. So it's saying here, CRO token amount 8,000 coins. Confirm to subscribe. And look, you can see the little subscribe bar. Look, oh, you guys can't see it. Look. It's filling up. Oh, it's going up and down. So some people are obviously subscribing and then cancelling. But there you go, I'm subscribed, so I'm in there. I was the first sort of quarter of the people to get in there. Ka-chinga! Right, so I've just got this email come through. So it says, congratulations on your Crypto.com exchange syndicate Bitcoin subscription. We are so excited you have decided to participate in such an exciting event. Here are the details of your subscription. Total supply is 219 Bitcoin. Your CRO contribution is 8,000 CRO. BTC price for 1 CRO is 1 Bitcoin equals 35,637 CRO. Your allocation of Bitcoin coins has not been confirmed and will be calculated based on the total number of CRO contributed by all participants. Please refer to the Syndicate BTC SAL event. After your final allocation has been confirmed, you must log into your account to accept your final allocation to receive your Bitcoin. So yeah, this has happened. This is what happens usually. So we now have a 24-hour window for you to subscribe to the event. Then tomorrow they will actually, once that's locked in place, they know exactly how many people have taken part. They know how much CRO has been staked and contributed towards the Bitcoin. They can then divide that out all evenly and then obviously share that out to everyone. So you will get a notification. Now you might decide tomorrow, yeah, do you know what? I don't want Bitcoin. Bitcoin's just dropped like 80% in the last 48 hours or 24 hours. You might want your CRO tokens back. So they will actually give you a little notification saying, do you want to accept or reject? You are going to receive 0.1 of a Bitcoin for this much CRO. Do you accept it? You can say yes or no. And at that point, when I did it last, it says that once you accept it, it can take a further 24 hours for it to go through. But I have found that it went through instantly. So it was in my balance straight away. So that's really good news. So you can see here 18% has filled up so far. So who knows? Maybe you didn't have to get up at 5:30 in the UK to take part in this event. Maybe that won't fill up today. Who knows? But I wanted to make sure that I got in there so I can video it for you guys and let you know how it's all gone on. It's quite a big event, getting Bitcoin 50% off. And I was thinking, how cool would it be in the future, saying to your kids, you know, when Bitcoin's worth so much in the future. Oh, I remember getting up at 5:30 in the morning because Bitcoin was 50% off. Those kids or teenagers then might be like, oh my God, I'd stay up for 3 days straight to get some 50% off Bitcoin. You know, it's worth so much now. And I thought, yeah, you always hear these stories of like, you know, your granddad or your nan or whatever saying, oh yeah, I had the very first Superman comic, but yeah, I threw it away because I thought it was rubbish at the time or something like that. And you think, no, why didn't they keep that? It's worth like £1 million now. Or cars or jewellery and stuff like that. We'll see. We'll see if that's worth a lot more in the future. So really, until tomorrow when the final allocation comes out, which I'll mention in a video tomorrow and keep you guys posted. Right, so that's it. We have taken part in the Crypto.com Syndicate event. We have subscribed to get our 50% off Bitcoin. So that's ding. That's something on my list of things to do today. Checked off. I've now got to edit this video and upload it. So now that the card is up and running, now that everything's all sweet again, in my opinion, I think we're over the storm. The Crypto.com card. A lot of you have messaged me and said, Glenn, I'm worried. I've applied for the card. Will it still come through? Everything is back up and running, so you should start receiving your card. There may be a delay. Maybe give it a week or so to receive your card. If you're someone new looking to sign up, I would recommend. I'm more bullish on Crypto.com than I've ever been before. So they done me right. So if you want to sign up to Crypto.com, there is a link in the description down below. You can click that link. If you sign up for one of these cards, if you stake 50 MCO, you will actually receive $50 worth of MCO for free using my link. So if you're looking at joining up, that is, obviously if you had your eye on it already, then by all means, click the link in the description down below. Just to let you know though, it is a referral bonus, so I do receive a commission for you guys doing that. It's entirely up to you. If you search for Crypto.com and sign up to their card just through Google or through your own, off your own back, you don't receive the $50 bonus. So it actually makes sense for you guys to use the link in the description down below if you want to sign up to that event. Most of you watching this are probably already signed up. Also, if you want to, if you guys want to know, I'll put a link or something to that app that I was using, the Trading 212. From what I read, I can only refer up to 50 people. I think if you use my link, you get a free stock, and that stock could be anything. It could be McDonald's, Coca-Cola, or it could be some random stock you've never heard of. But typically they're worth anything between something like £1 all the way up to, I think, £100 or something like that. And I think you only need to deposit £1 to the account. So I think Trading 212, that has been one of the best apps I've downloaded for jumping in and out of the stock markets, if that's something that you're interested in. So by all means, use the link in the description down below and you get a free stock from that. So I think that's it for me shilling stuff for now. I'm still waiting actually this week for whether the price of Bitcoin and others are going to tank. Everyone's talking about Bitcoin dropping massively or pumping massively, and we have seen, as I mentioned in my live video, that Bitcoin's still bouncing within that trading window. It's still, at the moment, it's at $9,150, whereas when everyone was saying it was going to tank, it was at $9,050. So it's actually gone up $100. We shall see. It's an interesting time to be in crypto. Something that is interesting, I'll bring up the screen capture again. If you actually look at CoinMarketCap, CRO has worked its way up to 9th place. It's number 9. So I actually said in a video quite a while back saying, you know, Crypto.com's actually got utility, it has the earn feature, the staking, and I can see it going up in the chain. So I think at that time it was 12th or something, but it's overtaken Tezos, overtaken Cardano, and now it's overtaken EOS. And I said that I think it has a use case scenario with Binance, and I think both of these should actually be above XRP at least. So you're talking like probably 4 times where they're at now. So who knows what's going to happen with the price of these coins, but I think Crypto.com is going to outpace Binance. I think Binance was more of an underground thing for people to get involved in, sort of altcoins and shitcoins, very popular in Asia, but I think Crypto.com, especially when their exchange goes live and they're regulatory approved in America, they're gonna rock it up. So that's my opinion. You may disagree with me. I think the price of CRO is actually going to drop over the next 24-48 hours, because I think a lot of people were trying to get in on this 50% off Bitcoin Syndicate event. So when obviously that finishes, I can imagine a lot of people selling their CRO tokens off. So we may see a dip for a bit, but long-term wise, I'm super bullish for Crypto.com, and I can see it being definitely in the top 5 at some point in the near future. That's my opinion. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear all your thoughts. Please comment in the comment section down below any thoughts that you've had. I've actually unpacked quite a lot of information in this video, so I'm really sorry if it's gone over your head or you weren't involved in what's happened over the weekend. I've tried to wrap it up as best I can within a short window, but if you appreciate me doing that, please hit that like button. Keep smashing that like button, guys. I want you to smash it as hard as you can. And also, to all the new people, don't forget to click the subscribe button and also tick that bell notification so you're notified next time that I go live or I upload a video. If you want to chat to the guys in the Team BitGlen, like I said, if you want to get a more live feed of what's going on in my life or what projects I'm taking part in or what I'm looking into, I tend to put it in the Team BitGlen group chat first, see what the guys think of it and what their opinions are, and then obviously I may do a video about it. But yeah, join the Team BitGlen group chat or follow me on Twitter at BitGlen. That's it from me today, guys. I'll see you on the next video from myself. Bye. So hey guys, so this is like a little BitGlen extra at the end or something, whatever you want to call it, but thank you for watching through to the end of that video. The half-hour video that you've just sat and watched, it took me about 2.5 hours to sit there and edit that. So while I've been editing that video, obviously it was like 6 in the morning here in the UK when I started that video, and I said that I think that the share price of Wirecard are going to go up once the German markets open and realise the FCA have released their ban. and the share price has gone from €3, which I stated in that video. You guys just saw it, and that's when I bought in, and it just rose all the way up to €9. Now I actually sold it dead on €9. It actually went to 9.1, but let's not argue about cent. And then obviously after that it's dropped off, but I actually cashed out. So I put in £1,000 worth and I actually got 2,500 back. So that was a good call, I think, anyway. And I don't do any technical analysis or anything like that, but I just stuck to what I originally said in that video. I thought the price would bounce back up to sort of €8 to €10, and I'd be happy cashing in at that. And I stuck to my plan. As soon as it got to €9, it was smack bang in the middle of my sort of target range, if you like. And I sold. And since then, it literally, after I sold, I thought, oh, I bet it's going to keep going up. But it hasn't. It's dropped back down to sort of €6.5 to €7, and it's been bouncing around that for a little while. So I just thought I'd add that in for you guys. A couple of you commented on my video yesterday about me buying Wirecard stocks, and oh, you're an idiot, and why are you doing that? But I just made almost $2,000 in the space of a morning. So happy days. That's it from me, guys. Bye.